YouTube, what the crap is going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Rome 2 multiplayer. And this time it's going to be Carthage versus Baktria match. This is against the same player that I played against a minute ago, and he was Rome. His Roman army was interesting. It was actually on Ultra Funds, which is, yeah, it was on Ultra Funds now that I remember it. So going against Rome on Ultra Funds with Tillus was probably even more suicidal than it would be on Large Funds. Because the Romans can bring even more of their good units. However, in this case, I decided to take Carthage against Baktria, and there's a few reasons for this. Baktria has better melee cav, and they have better elephants than Carthage. Carthage has better skirmishers. Now, Baktria has access to horse skirmishers, but in general, Carthage has skirmishers that are more deadly on foot. At least Cretan archers are better than Persian elite archers, and they're also better than their Balearic slingers, are better than Eastern slingers. So I think Carthage has a skirmish advantage on foot over Baktria. Clearly horse archers can make that more challenging, but since Carthage has access to Balearic slingers, they're actually quite a threat to horse archers. My opponent brings not a completely unexpected Bactrian army. He's got 4 thorax swords in the center. I actually kind of expected some thorax swords. What kind of caught me off guard was his Bactrian Royal Guard. This is a unit that I didn't expect to see, but actually plays to my favor, and I'll explain why. And then he's got 2 Bactrian Royal Cav instead of Bactrian Noble Horse, which again also plays to my favor, and I'll show you why. So look, elite Persian archers, a little less cost than Cretan archers, but only 29 missile damage. What makes them different is they have a spear for self-defense against cavalry, which is great, but when it comes to just a skirmish-on-skirmish duel, it's going to get them massacred. So the Cretan archers, going to really put some pain down on them here too. My guys have... well, I have rapid reload on, but I think they normally have 7 shots per minute as opposed to the 6 shots per minute on the Persian elite archers, or elite Persian archers. Yeah, 1 unit already gone, and I have 4 to his 3 as well. And my goal here was to bring enough Cretans to destroy his missile troops and have enough ammo left over to take on his elephants. And that's exactly the way things are going so far. That was just 1 solid volley that basically destroyed that Persian elite archer. Then here comes another volley, and you just kind of see how damaging a Cretan archer volley can be against units without armor. It's just absolutely devastating. It's like long-range javelins, basically. So yep, his archers are now pretty much gone. He's got 1 devastated unit over here that I'm just not worried about at this point. So I'm now going to go ahead and attack. I go ahead and give my pikes attack orders on his swords. I'm going to have to keep an eye on them. But this will just kind of allow me to march my pikes forward and actually make them a threat. And then I'm going to move on the flanks to pin his swords in to where they don't want to outflank. And the reason why I said his Bactrian Royal Guard is going to be good for me is because now they're going to get matched up against my Libyan infantry, which is a match that they don't want to be in. He does get a fantastic charge here with his Bactrian Royal Cav, but it was wasted on hoplites rather than my Carthaginian Cav, which can now pin him down. And then on this flank, same thing. His elephants over here, this is risky, but I'm going to pin them down with Mercenary Campanian Cav. I don't want them to be able to move, so I charge them with the Campanian Cav while just pouring in Cretan archer fire. And basically, the Campanian Cav have enough mass that it's going to make it difficult for his elephants to keep moving. And if they do pull away from him, then I have a unit with 69 attack chasing him, which is going to allow me to put more pain on him. Yes, I would take severe losses in my Campanian Cav, but again, it works in this case. I can keep his guys pinned, and then up front, he wasn't able to outflank my pikemen. He could just pull back from this engagement, but he hasn't yet, and so my pikes are going to be getting kills. Yeah, his elephant's actually running amok now. I've got a Carthaginian Cav free over here that gets into his remaining Persian elite archers, and then it's going to be a rear charge. And rear charges are going to be particularly devastating, actually, against units that are in formation attack. Watch my Carthaginian Cav go into the back of his swordsman. Yeah, you can see that because they're pinned against the pikes, they get pushed into them when they get attacked from behind. So it's particularly damaging. Pop out of there real quick. So yeah, and his elephant's now getting cut down by my Cretans. I never used flaming arrows because I don't want his elephants to run amok and then come into my men. They did run amok, but I had them at enough distance. I kind of kept them at a distance with the Mercenary Campanian Cav. And they do get really close to me here. In fact, they hit my hoplites. I have them braced, and then the last couple of shots take them out. So yeah, I actually think that Carthage is an interesting match versus Baktria. The best thing that, and this is just my opinion, it doesn't always pan out as true. The best thing that you can do, I think, playing as Baktria against Carthage is capitalize on Bow Horseman and Bactrian Noble Cav. Both of those things are hard for Carthage to stop from a cost-effective strategy. I can take out your Bow Horseman, but I have to do it with like Cretans or Balearic Slingers, both of which are quite expensive. And then I can take out your Bactrian Noble Cav, but I would have to do it with Campanian Cav, which again is quite expensive. So, or Elephants, which again are quite expensive. So I think that it's definitely a tough match between Baktria and Carthage, but here I think that I was able to leverage Carthage's strength, which is their foot skirmishing advantage, and because I gained that advantage quickly, it put his elephants in a position where there was no clear line of approach. Now, one thing that you can do is you can bring a sword army against Baktria with Carthage, which is extremely risky, because you can see that it did take my bowman a while still to kill his elephants. That's why I put my swords on the flank, also with my spears and with my cavalry, so that I could bog his elephants down. He can't come from the front because he'll die on my pikes, and if he comes from the flank, all I have to do is just bog him down long enough to get the kills with my Cretan archers, which is not too bad. Takes a little while with the armored elephants still, but it's not too bad. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.